Ooh. What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
I'm Clarus.
We get nerdy nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
That is right.
Wow, you nailed the intro, babe.
Nailed it.
Crushed it.
And welcome back to a Monday edition of the Nightly Morning Show here on twitch.tv/nerdynightly. If you're watching this on our YouTube page or following along on our podcast feed with your little ears, please come check this out live on Twitch. We do the show Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, every single weekday, and we're in the 80s. As far as episodes go.
I was like, we time traveled.
No, as far as episodes go, and we're gonna hit 100 episodes in February.
Wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. We're gonna have to do something fun for our 100th episode.
We could do like, what could we do? We could do like the nude morning show.
No.
Where there's just like a censor bar.
No, I think you'd still get banned for that.
Yeah, we don't want to pull an Indie Fox and get banned off Twitch.
That is not TOS.
That is not TOS. I feel like I was making light of the situation. I'm sorry, Indie Fox, you got banned, but don't wear see-through underwear in a hot tub on video, I guess.
That's, yeah. I don't know what to say to that, except that happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I love people who are like, why did I get banned on Twitch? And every time. I mean, the Dr. Disrespect one was weird, because we still don't know what happened.
Confusing, yeah.
But anytime a girl gets banned on Twitch for being, like, mostly naked and just chatting, and they're like, I just don't understand. And then Twitch is like, here is a video of you on Twitch, naked. And they're like, I don't get it. And I'm like, it's a broadcast platform.
They haven't read the TOS, that's why.
It's a broadcasting platform.
Yeah.
You knew you were live.
Yeah,
I do feel bad for the people who don't forget to hit stop streaming, and then they're like naked on video.
Yeah.
Because they think their camera's off.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate, but
yeah, that's a tragedy.
Misguided Gamers Live is saying special guest Jeff Bezos for episode 100.
Yeah, we can do that. I can swing it.
Do you think we can get Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, I'll just call him up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, hey Jeff, we need a guest for the show. You know, it's episode 100. It's not a big deal, but like, we want to make a thing out of it. And yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what Twitch is?
Do you?
Jeff Bezos, we have a single question. Are you aware of Twitch? Because you own it.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Have you ever been to the website ever? You need to. Yeah, I'll make sure that my Prime is set up and good to go.
Your Prime's good. I canceled my Prime because I had Prime in the States, but I don't live in the States, so I was like,
hey, there's no point.
Miller says it's fine to watch while naked, though, right? Miller, you're my brother, and I don't want to think about that, so please don't.
Or do and just don't tell us.
Just don't do. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No,
How you doing?
Miller, I'm imagining you in like 5 or 6 layers of clothing right now.
That's also weird.
You have an Oodie on?
Why?
Because they look comfy as heck, and I want my brother to be comfy. Is that so wrong?
No.
Is my wanting comfort for my brother wrong?
No.
The Oodie looks comfortable. We're not sponsored by them. But Oodie, if you want to send us an Oodie we'll be
the morning show.
Sponsored by Oodie.
Gladly, 100%.
We could call it the Nudie Oodie Morning Show, and we'll be naked under our Oodies. And it'll be the Nudie Oodie Morning Show.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's pitch it. I'm sure they're gonna love that.
This is why we're never gonna have sponsors.
You'd be like, these people are nuts.
The girl's okay, but that boy, I mean, something's wrong with him.
You're naked under your clothes all the time. That Richardson makes a very good point, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Unless you're Tobias Funke. I'm doing good. You know, feeling a little punchy this morning. Feeling a little pop. You know what I mean?
I really don't know what you mean.
Community fans out there, pop. How are you feeling?
I'm thoroughly confused now. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what's going on, but cool. Cool.
Rock Major Chat is like, you can use your Prime with family sharing for shipping Prime Video, right? Yeah, we just we use her account, but you still use your ex-wife's Prime. Rock Mage, I'm not gonna lie. So I was dating a girl, and her family signed into she signed into all of my devices with her family's DirecTV account, and I used their DirecTV account for I think 3 years after we broke up.
Wow.
And we weren't together that long.
Wow.
But I just knew their password, and so I signed into everything.
You're a savage.
Oh, yeah. I had HBO. I had literally every channel. It was great.
Wow.
It was so nice. And then they changed their password.
Oh.
Yeah, and she texted me. She was like, well, because she moved back home.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because we were both living in New York and her family was in Texas. And then she moved back to Texas. And then her mom reached out to her and was like, hey, someone in New York is still signing in. We just thought they thought that she had been signing in New York all this time, and it had been me the entire time.
Oh my god. So she was like, David.
She's like, have you been using my family's accounts? I've been like, yeah. For 3 years.
Well done.
We're friends. It's fine. She was upset. She was more just like, what?
You would. I'm not even a little bit surprised.
Oh, yeah, no.
Shall we get into some news?
There's news? On a Monday?
You said there were numbers.
There are numbers. Y'all, there's some fun news today. Why is my iPad not working? There we go. News. There's some fun news. For those of you who are fans of Nintendo Switch, we have some kind of big news. Nintendo does the yearly release of their financials, where they kind of make bold statements about their sales, and they frame them in a way that makes it seem like they did very well, no matter how well they actually did.
Yeah.
It's important to frame it like it did well. But this needs no framing. This is all good news. The Nintendo Switch is a huge success.
Yep.
We've known that for years, ever since the beginning of the console. And despite a couple of lawsuits that are being filed against Nintendo about drift on the Joy-Cons,
right.
I don't think they're going to be too upset, because as of December 31st, the Nintendo Switch has officially passed the 3DS in sales with 79.87 million console units sold. So there's almost 80, well, actually, as of now, there will be 80 million, I'm sure they've sold almost 1 million consoles in January. Mm-hmm. So we are at but as of December, 79.87 million console units sold. And in a huge surprise to, I think, everyone, Animal Crossing New Horizons has reached 31.8 million copies.
Wow.
That makes it the second highest selling Switch game, which is shocking. You'd think it would be like Breath of the Wild would be up there. You would think Super Smash Brothers would be up there, Super Mario Odyssey. Those are all in the 20s. The only game that has currently sold more console units than Animal Crossing New Horizons is actually just Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I understand that one. Mario Kart is like a familiar face, and it's really easy to understand.
Yeah.
It's a cute driving game. But that's so interesting. We don't have Animal Crossing.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
We own every other Switch game on this list except those two.
Yeah. I've never played Animal Crossing. Really? Yeah, I've never played an Animal Crossing game.
They're fun.
I don't even really know what it is, except that you sell turnips. That's...
So it's like, did you ever play a Harvest Moon game?
No.
So Animal Crossing is basically you play this little character who shows up in a location, and they're like, hello, this is your new house. Take care of it. And then you just do chores. And you meet the townspeople, and then you buy paintings, and you farm.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of confuses me because I feel like I would rather tidy up my own apartment than a virtual one, because I feel much less accomplished if I do it in a video game.
So you want to pay Nintendo $60 to play the game of chores. Cleaning up your own house?
Yeah, I don't know. Animal Crossing confuses me. And here's the thing, I have if I picked it up, I would probably love it. I don't know, there's something about it that I'd probably just latch onto. But looking at it, I'm I don't understand.
It's really just casual, and it's I get it. I've definitely played those games before. I've enjoyed them a lot, and for me, part of it is designing your home and like just like putting in the time to be like, ooh, you know what, I'm gonna go make sure I catch all the bugs so that I can unlock that painting because it'll go right with my decor. And there's just a fun thing about it, and like the farming of it is fun.
Okay. I mean, I like games where I can kind of like where I can design, I guess. Like I like playing Roller Coaster Tycoon because it allows me to like design my park and make it like look nice.
I feel like
that kind of thing.
I feel like it's like Animal Crossing is kind of RuneScape without any weapons.
Oh, interesting.
It's RuneScape with no fighting. Like, you can level up your fishing.
Yeah, interesting. RuneScape's one of those grindy games that, like, I would love to, like, have on my computer so I can, like, do other things at the same time. Having it, like, purely focusing on it on my console, I don't know. I don't know if I would like that.
I have a feeling you would.
But I've never tried it.
People seem to love it. Mm-hmm. And also, you would be able to keep up with your chat, which you are not usually capable of, so...
I mean, excuse you. Okay, I do pretty well, except when chat gets a little rowdy. I know what I'm doing. Don't at me.
One Tell says it's a casual game, so it has an easy on-ramp for all types of players, and it dropped at the start of the pandemic. I think it was a game where your character was like outside, and so you got to be outside.
People were like, I can leave my house.
And people were like, I can't go outside, but my little avatar can. Mm-hmm. I would love to go fishing with friends. And then I feel that. I think it also helped that like Elijah Wood was going to people's islands and buying their turnips.
That's true. That definitely helps. You know, if I knew that like Elijah Wood might visit me virtually, I would buy. I was about to say Assassin's Creed. Animal Crossing, the other AC game.
The other AC game.
I always get them confused when someone like starts talking about AC. I have to like wait to make sure that they're talking about either like which one they're talking about because they both abbreviate to AC and they're both very popular games.
Yeah, especially now that Animal Crossing New Horizons is the #2 selling Switch title.
Wow.
I know now that there's a part of me that's like now I want to get it, but like I don't have time for it.
Yeah, that's the problem. We have all these games that are wonderful and that we would love to play, but there's just not enough hours in the day.
And people keep sending us more games. And I'm like, thank you. I'll try to get to this.
No, it's really sweet, but like we're trying so hard to like fit it all in.
But Tom Sim says, didn't you hear about Animal Crossing Valhalla?
Oh, the Viking farming game.
If they made a Vikings Animal Crossing, I would be so. That sounds so fun.
I would play that in a heartbeat. Yeah.
I want that mod.
I'd love if
where you can assassinate people in Animal Crossing.
No, I feel like as soon as you make like Animal Crossing murdery, that's probably ruins the vibe.
They did it with Sims though, right? Isn't there like there's an extreme violence mod for Sims?
Yeah.
Wasn't just Stan Cappy Archer playing that on his stream?
Yeah, my Sim like had a baby and then had twins.
Oh, that's right.
And
you
then
were in the
had
game.
An affair, and then my Sim convinced her lover to like murder her other lover, and then they ran away together or something. It was very wild. Sims is a deep dark hole.
In other news from this financial report, we're just going to move on from that. The Nintendo Switch Lite, which is the handheld-only version of the Nintendo Switch console, has sold 13.53 million consoles as of December 31st. And that puts it ahead in sales of the Wii U, the entire Wii U.
Really?
Yeah, the spin-off Switch has now sold more than the entire...
Less good.
I wouldn't say less good.
Well,
a lot of people really love the Switch Lite. No,
I don't mean as good of an idea. I mean that the actual manufacturing parts that they use in it are slightly subpar as in terms of quality. It's just there's like little internal things that are more likely to malfunction or break. But that's why it's cheaper, you know.
Yes, partially. It's also just because they don't need the same pieces in order to upscale for the television parts.
Yeah.
But the Switch Lite is a hugely popular device. And it has now, it's outsold the entire generation of the Wii U.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a Switch, and we've also talked about getting a Switch Lite. So I get it. I'm just surprised that the Wii U did so poorly, I guess.
Yeah, my biggest problem with the Switch Lite is the bezels on the screen. The Switch Lite has huge bezels, and so does the Switch. But the Switch is slightly larger, Honestly, if they were going to put out, I would, if the Switch Lite didn't have those giant bezels on the side of the screen, I would buy one.
Really?
But my biggest concern with it is that it's already only handheld, and the bezels really shrink the screen by like a full inch.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I don't know.
No, that's fair.
Here one says getting a Lite is nice for co-op game. That's the reason we're thinking about doing it, is so that we can play together.
Yeah.
Because we love playing together, and like that, that's a worthwhile. We'd have to buy all the games a second time, I guess, which would be annoying. But
yeah, we don't need it, but it would be nice.
We do not. The last thing we wanted to talk about from this particular story is that Pokemon Sword and Shield has passed 20 million units sold. It became the top 5 selling game on the Switch, which is really great for a Pokemon game. Pokemon games, ever since ever since Gold and Silver, have typically sold between 15 to 17 million copies each generation, and for Sword and Shield to come in well above that is a huge thing. It is the 3rd best-selling generation in the Pokemon line. Obviously, Red, Blue, and Yellow are number 1, and Gold and Silver are number 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, you cannot touch the popularity of those games back in the day. But Sword and Shield have come in at over 20 million copies now.
Yes.
And I think that this is a really good sign that going into this 25th anniversary that we're about to have for Pokemon, the popularity of this franchise is still there. And I'm really excited to see what they do this year with this franchise and with post Pokemon Snap, because I know we're getting Pokemon Snap, and that's gonna be fun. But there's gonna be more games this year.
Yeah, for sure. I because we're slowly becoming Pokemon streamers. When I was watching you play Sword, I was like, I want to play that. It looks fun. It's, they've done certain things that I really like, where I'm like, oh, I can see what Pokemon are in the grass. Like, that's cool. Different ideas. But there's also things that, like, I don't love about watching it. And so I've been, like, struggling whether or not I'm going to try a Pokemon Sword playthrough, or if I'm going to wait until the new one comes out.
Sorry.
Because that should be later this year. And I feel like getting that day one and doing a playthrough would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
I'm just so used to the older generations that I'm like, is this going to be too new and overwhelming for me to, like, jump in day one?
Well, then maybe because we don't know, but we're fairly certain that we're going to be getting Diamond and Pearl remakes later this year. So maybe a good way to jump into the new games for you would be to wait for those and play, it's a remake of a game you played before.
Pearl, yeah.
Yeah. But in a new way.
Yeah.
Hopefully with, like, Wild Area, maybe?
Yeah.
I wonder what they're going to do. I'm, like, really, really curious about how they're going to remake Diamond and Pearl and make them feel like Switch games. Because I love Fire Red and Leaf Green, and I love Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like, those are great. And Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. They're all great remakes, but they were remade on the same console that the original game came out on. Or not same console, but the same, like, design.
Okay.
As far as, like, the top-down walking in a direction kind of games. And so this will be the first time that we get a remake of a original Pokemon game in which the original was the kind of top-down grid base.
Yes.
Remade for a console that makes 3-dimensional playing really available.
Gotcha.
And so I'm just really I'm excited to see it because
Do you think they'll go top-down, or do you think they'll go 3D?
I really don't think they would. I would actually be very surprised. I don't know if a top-down game would sell very well on the Switch. I feel like it would be seen as such a step back from the graphics of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and from Sword and Shield. And
when the Snap comes out.
Yeah, I feel like just graphically it would be considered disappointing.
Maybe, yeah.
I would be very excited. Like, I would go buy it and I would be super into it. But I think that especially if you're gonna dock it and put it on your TV, there's a certain expectation that they're going to. It's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. Like,
it's gotta be big and bold and exciting. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they've probably done a lot of work on figuring out how they're gonna release it. Yeah. So I want to get that game when it comes out, and
I'm so excited.
And we'll stream it right away.
I have the Pokeball controller from Let's Go.
Yeah.
I hope that I can use it in the game somehow, because you can't in Sword and Shield. And I was like, why did I buy? I own this, like, Pokeball controller that is super cool that I really like, and I can't use it for anything unless I go play Let's Go Pikachu again.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I don't know if I'm gonna do. I might.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do could you do a Let's Go Nuzlocke? That would be weird. That'd be hard.
I don't know. Let's go.
It's a tough game. It's not tough. It's actually very, very easy. But it's tough. It's
be tough
different.
if it was a Nuzlocke.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is probably a good time to let people know that we are going to be playing some Nintendo together.
Oh yeah, we have a co-op stream coming up, y'all. So February 12th, 2020 was a special day because it is the day that it's not the day that I asked you out.
No.
It is the day where you said yes, which was a few days after I asked you out for reasons that we're not going to get into on the show. But February 12th is the 1-year anniversary of our union. Not our marriage union, but our like relationship being romantic. And so on February 12th, we're going to be doing a nice long stream. And also on February 12th is the launch of Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
And Bowser's Fury. And so we're going to be doing a big old co-op stream of that brand new game. And it's going to be fun. We're going to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. We're going to have a morning show that morning.
Yeah.
So we're going to be on stream all day.
Yeah, we're going to get
Happy anniversary. Let's work.
I know. No, it'll be fun. I really loved the other, for the Wii U, I had Super Mario 3D World. It was a lot of fun. So I'm super stoked for this game. It's going to be nice. It's going to be chill.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're going to hang out with some snacks and with you guys.
Snacks?
Yeah, maybe some wine,
What?
Yeah.
Wine and the snack of all snacks? Do you know what the snack of all snacks is?
Me.
Yeah. You nailed that.
Yeah, so I hope you guys will come hang out with us. That's on a Thursday.
No, that's on a Friday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That will be on a Friday.
Next Friday.
Oh my god, it's coming up so fast. I
know.
cannot believe that it's February.
What? One whole wine?
Yes, I know. Wild.
Yeah, we're gonna get lit.
Yeah, sure. So we'll have to make sure that we download that game the night before.
Well, when we can. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever it's released. But yeah, we're gonna be playing some Mario.
I'm really excited for this. So Super Mario 3D World is the only mainstream Mario game I've never played.
Yeah, we're gonna
I've
fix
played
that.
every other mainstream Mario game. I missed some of the spin-offs. Like I've never played a Mario and Sonic Go to the Olympics game. And you know what? I don't know that I ever will. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't think I will either.
Yeah. But I'm very excited for the stream.
Yeah.
Potomsim says you have to get me a new bottle of whiskey, and I have to get you a new bottle of wine. Here's the problem, Potomsim. There's only one wine that I know Claris likes.
Yeah.
Whereas she can buy any bottle of whiskey, and I'm so easy.
There's actually one other bottle that I've had that I've liked. It's a rosé, and it's Woodbridge White Zinfandel, I think it is. That one was pretty tasty, from what I remember. I haven't had it in a very long time.
I'm into that.
All right, what other news have we got?
Well, in my favorite news, it's time for Clarus to make up the news.
Okay.
Clarus makes up the news on the nightly morning show.
I'm just gonna stop asking you what the news is because this is where it sometimes leads to, and it's not worth the risk,
I'm still gonna make you make up the news even if you don't ask. It's everybody's favorite segment.
Is it? I don't think so.
It's the only segment.
No, I think the intro is everyone's favorite segment. Right, guys? Oh, boy. Rebel asked if Claris becomes a high elf when she gets drunk.
Don't read the chat. Make up the news. Come on.
Funny. Mello, you're not helping my cause here. All right. Well, in other news, all right, here's the news. Somebody, we don't know who, they have remained anonymous, has reprogrammed the new Xbox Series X controller to control their construction equipment, leading to better worker safety on construction sites, which is a very incredible cause, and we're very thankful for them. That's the news.
Wait, why does that make things safer?
Well, because less bodies need to be on the construction site because they can control it remotely from their Xbox controllers.
So construction workers are at home playing Construction Simulator?
Exactly, yeah, but in real life. So, construction workers are more comfortable. It's better for COVID because they're not all together. They can now construct using a construction sim with their Xboxes from
Y'all,
home.
I'm finally qualified to be a construction worker. I have all the qualifications necessary. I think my favorite part of that story is that I know where it came from in your brain. And we were watching the Linus Tech Tips video where he's messing around with the denim Xbox controller.
That didn't even cross my mind. I saw the white controller on the table and I was
like,
well...
I thought, I was wrong. All right.
Yeah, but that was a good guess.
Wow. All right. Well, you heard it here first of all. That's fake news. Although, not that fake.
Yeah, I feel like
drones exist.
Probably a thing.
Although I am sure Xbox would love to be the exclusive controller of this program.
Yeah, they're sponsored and everything.
Wow. All right. Well, back to some real news. The Dolph Lundgren. You haven't seen Aquaman yet, so you don't know this. But Dolph Lundgren is in Aquaman, and he is great in it. He actually as King Nereus is pretty excellent in the film, and I quite enjoy him. And he has said that it looks like he'll be heading to London this summer to do filming on Aquaman 2. And hopefully Aquaman 2 will be coming out in 2022.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Now, this isn't a rumor. This is an actor, and the thing said the thing. So we're talking about it. And I'm really happy. I want a movie.
For those of you who don't know, Aquaman is David's favorite superhero.
He is. He's my fave.
I'm sure you are very excited.
My boy Arthur.
I don't know who this is or what their purpose is, but you know what? I support you and I love you.
You don't know who Dolph Lundgren is?
No, I don't.
Oh, you've never seen Rocky 4?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
I've seen Rocky 1, and that's it.
You've never seen Rocky 4?
No.
Wow.
Should I have seen Rocky 4?
It's so good. It's so...
I feel like you've said
Rocky
this.
wins the Cold War by punching a Russian man in the face. Is literally the plot.
Unlimited power!
Exactly.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, that's amazing. You've seen... This is a man that you've seen. I guarantee you've seen, ads. Is
that him?
Yeah.
I don't...
That's not the version of him that you've seen, though.
Okay, it was
you've seen... I guarantee you at some point in your life, you've seen an ad or something that used the footage of him when he's, the Russian man who's just jacked. He was in Arrow, that's right. He was...
What season?
Was the Russia season 2? No, the Russia season was season 3?
Because then maybe I have seen him?
Yeah, he's what's his name in that? Kowakian or something? Kovac? I think it's Kovac? Did I get that right?
Huh.
I don't know. But he's in Arrow. He's in a bunch of things.
Okay.
He was in Creed. He's great. Dolph Lundgren is great. He's a funny man. And I'm really Golbat. I'm just excited for Aquaman 2. I love Aquaman. I really like the movie. I really, really enjoyed the movie. And Kovar, I was so close.
Yeah.
I can't believe I remembered that. And yeah, he's not Russian, but he has made a career playing Russians.
Wow. I wonder if there's half of Hollywood that just thinks he is Russian, and so that...
I mean, I thought he was until the chat just said that he wasn't, so...
That's
I just assumed that the Russian guy from Rocky 4 was a Russian guy. 5th season, Misguided Gamers Live, coming in with that deep cut Arrow knowledge.
Then I don't think I have seen him.
Yeah, you didn't make it that far.
No, did not.
Yeah, y'all, speaking of movies that are coming out, we have some weekend box office. We like to talk about the weekend box office here. And it's boring, so I'm sorry about that. Y'all, nothing has changed, really. The Little Things, a new movie, did premiere.
Right.
That is starring Denzel Washington. And that premiered with $4.8 million at the box office, which is a pretty good return. And obviously it's a Denzel Washington film.
Yeah.
So it's probably pretty good. I mean, I've said it before, he's one of the best actors in the world.
Yeah.
So that movie is obviously, that premiered at number 1. Number 2 again this week is The Croods: A New Age. The movie
The movie that never dies.
The movie that cannot die. It is up 2.5% from last week. This week, The Croods: New Age made $1.84 million. Last week, it only pulled in $1.795 million. The Croods cannot die. The story of The Croods shall be a tale told to future generations as the weirdest movie to ever, significantly outpace Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman dropped another 20%.
Good.
Wonder Woman's down to $1.3 million. The Croods will never die.
Seriously, it's gonna be on this list for the next year.
It'll be 2023 and we'll still be back. And still pulling in $1.5 million a week.
Croods.
The Croods: A New Age. Hero of Wind in the chat asks, is it any good?
We
no
don't
idea. We don't know. All we know is a bunch of people are still going to see it.
Yeah.
This movie came out in November. This movie is in its 10th week in release, and it went up this week.
I'm baffled.
Pandemics.
Truly baffled. I don't understand. I think what you said, I think you said a few weeks ago, I think it definitely holds merit that parents are like, I need to get out of the house, and this is like something I can take my kids to, so they're not driving me crazy for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that that is my assumption, is that there's just a bunch of families who need something to do, and they can go see The Croods. I don't know. I didn't see the first one. I haven't seen this one. I don't know if it's any good, but it certainly makes for interesting news.
I did see the first one, and I thought it was pleasant.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. You know.
Sure.
I think that it didn't light the world on fire, but it was good. I have no complaints about it. I enjoyed it. You know. It was just it was a good movie. And I have a feeling this one is probably similar. It's a good movie, and it's the only kids movie in theaters. If you look at the rest of the top 5, you have Wonder Woman 1984, The Marksman, which is very not kid friendly, and Monster Hunter at number 5. And even if you keep going down, number 6, News of the World, number 7, Promising Young Woman, number 8, Fatale. The next kids movie is The War with Grandpa at number 9. And that movie came out 17 weeks ago. You know, that movie came out...
War with Grandpa.
Yeah, it's a Robert De Niro movie. It's about a kid who's in it's like a slapsticky comedy kids movie where a kid is fighting Robert De Niro.
Huh.
It's a little kids movie. You know what I mean? Right. It's in the vein of Dennis the Menace kind of. So that The War with Grandpa came out almost 2 months before The Croods in September. So The Croods: A New Age has literally been the only new kids movie for all of its 10 weeks of release.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? Even usually I would say well, there's a... Wait.
No, that's just someone / me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, you're fine. That literally happened to me my very first stream, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
I was like, did someone just donate 200 euros?
No.
Matthew Robo, you got me. That was funny. You
nailed it.
You got me. Because I would have had to send you a striptease video.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was my first thought. It wasn't even money. My first thought was, oh god, I promise anyone who donated over $100 a striptease video.
Right.
Because I knew that none of you would do it. Don't do that. Don't do it. But I was saying even Wonder Woman 1984, which sometimes you could consider a superhero movie, a kids movie. That movie I would very much say isn't. No. For kids.
No, I would not say that.
There's nothing entertaining for kids in it, which is probably a lot of the reason why it didn't do better than it did. Because I wouldn't take my kids to see that movie.
No.
It's about adult greed. And there just aren't even themes for children in it.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I would definitely not consider Wonder Woman a kids movie.
No.
At all.
So the Croods, the Croods.
That's your option, I guess.
I mean, it's made $44 million at the domestic box office. Not even international, just domestic. $44 million in a pandemic. That is not bad. It has made more than Wonder Woman. I mean, granted, it's 4 weeks on Wonder Woman.
Yeah. But still.
At this point, it's outpacing Wonder Woman week to week now. So Wonder Woman's not going to catch it.
When the Croods is trending up.
Yeah.
Like, that's,
wild.
I don't know if it'll keep trending up, but even if it can hold, that's very impressive.
Actually.
What?
How much did Tenet make? I think that since the beginning of the pandemic, the Croods of New Age might be the highest box office winner.
Really?
Yeah, give me 1 second. You be entertaining. I'm gonna really quickly.
I'll be entertaining.
Tenet domestic box office.
Oh God. James Sutton is starting a GoFundMe for $100. He says for no reason.
Oh no, Tenet passed 50 million. So okay. The Croods is number 2.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although, if Croods can go like 6 more weeks.
Yeah, they might be all right.
They might pass 10.
They might. That's insane.
We're going to have Crude Watch.
Guys, we're living in crazy
Welcome to
times.
Crude Watch. But we are going to bring you weekly updates on how close Croods is to passing Tenet at the domestic box office. I want it to happen now.
That's our new segment.
Do we have to watch Croods of New Age just because of how much we've talked about it on the show?
I think we do have to watch it. Yeah. I mean, we can't watch it right now, but...
y'all, we're coming towards the end of the show here, but I wanted to bring up this last story. This is from The Hollywood Reporter, and I thought this was really interesting. So movie studios for the last really like 2 decades have been trying to get their productions to be more eco-friendly, and apparently a lot of that work has been thrown out the window because of COVID, and because for a long time. If you went to Crafty, which is where the food is on set, there would just be a buffet style table. They can't do that anymore, so everything has to be individually wrapped. And they're saying like a lot of these sets had been plastic free for a while, and now everything has to be shrink wrapped. And so the amount of waste has been going up. And so movie studios, in their efforts to continue to be green friendly, are trying to find other ways around it. They had to go back to using single-use water bottles because they can't use refillable water bottles on set because the place where you refill them is a contamination zone where there's too much interaction. Yeah. And it was just I recommend going and reading the article in the Hollywood Reporter if you care about climate stuff and things like this because I found it really interesting. But it's tough. I feel bad for these studios that have done a lot of really good work to bring their carbon emissions down on set. Yeah. And reduce in waste. The pandemic, like there's nothing they can do. Yeah. It's either everyone loses their jobs, and it shuts down, or they are creating more waste. And the waste is created to keep people safe. Yeah. So it's like for the best. Yeah. It's still unfortunate though, and because my concern is moving forward, if people are going to try and push the standard back to what it was and even further, or if they're going to be lazy and just like not change anything or be very late to make these changes. I don't think that'll happen. No. A lot of these changes are instituted on productions where the people in charge of them really care. A lot of like directors and actors, like the people who are producing these, are activists for climate change. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've worked on sets where I've seen I don't want to tell any specific stories, but I have seen people in higher positions get very adamant about these practices. I've seen actors get very upset to see single-use water bottles on set. And so, I think that it's an industry where there's an understanding right now that it's about human safety, and as soon as the actors who are climate activists and who care about this stuff can start making us think about it, they will. Yeah. And a lot of these companies have, I know Sony has a policy where they're trying to have zero emission. They want to be carbon neutral by 2050. Yeah. Completely carbon neutral across everything, including their trucks. They're going to move their entire fleet to electric by 2050, which isn't carbon neutral, but whatever. We're trying to be better. It's so I don't think that this is going to be a temporary thing, and I don't think it's going to be a slide back. Yeah. I think that this is just a blip. Yeah. But it's an interesting blip, and it does point out that we're trying to be better about the environment, and we're trying to be better about all these things, but there are there are pros and cons to every situation.
Yeah.
And the cons to those is that it is less healthy and it is less safe for the actors involved at times to have to share food,
Yeah.
I've seen extras like pick their nose and then put their hands in the donut plate, and then no one touches the donut plate because we all saw the guy pick his nose, and then the donuts just go bad, and it's really it's a shame. But like the guy picked his nose, I'm not touching a donut off that plate. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Oh god, sets are weird places.
They really are.
I get it.
I was on set one time for Mission Impossible, or not Mission Impossible, Men in Black 3, and we're all just standing around Crafty, and everyone has alien makeup on, and we're just all like standing there talking like normally, just kind of like quiet, and we're all tired. It's been a long day, and you're just looking around, and like that guy's like got 19 eyes, that guy's got a giant dome head, and everyone's just kind of standing around eating food, being like, this is weird.
Yeah.
We've all got makeup on our hands. We're all like trying to not touch too much food. Oh, it was bizarre.
Oh my god.
Bizarre. Y'all, that's the news. That's the show.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Nightly morning show here on twitch.tv/nerdynightly. If you're watching this on the podcast feed, you can watch this live. If you're listening to this on the YouTube, why? The YouTube has video and the podcast feed doesn't have video, so I said that backwards. You can watch us live over at Twitch. Come back 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, to catch the Nightly Morning Show, where we drink coffee, she drinks tea, and we tell you the news when there is news.
We let you know how the Croods is doing. That's what we do. That is our job now.
Well, should we make a new podcast that's just us following the saga of the Croods of New Age week to week? Yeah. It's a weekly podcast about how the Croods of New Age is doing. Watch, it would be the most successful thing we ever make.
No.
Because people would listen to it for the memes. The daily Croods update.
I don't know what that would be. Like,
James Sutton is only here for the Croods.
I knew it.
Y'all, thank you so much for another wonderful show. I just also want to say a huge thank you to our patrons over at patreon.com/nerdynightly. You are the backbone of the Nerdy Nightly. You keep us going. And I know I said it in the Patreon podcast last night that went out. That is available to all tiers, including $1 a month. If you sign up for the Patreon at $1 a month, 25 cents a week, you get a weekly podcast, as well as access to some behind-the-scenes videos and our Discord.
Yeah.
Our Patreon-only Discord. So consider it. And to the patrons who are already patrons, thank you.
Yes,
That's the last plug. That's it. Unless you want to plug something.
No, I'm just gonna be playing some Pokemon later today.
Pokemans?
Yeah, the new cosplay went up for patrons over the weekend.
It did.
And so in honor of that, I'm going to be doing not like the full cosplay, but I'm gonna do a little tease of that while we play Pokemon Emerald today, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you, everyone. And as always, my name's Nerdy.
I'm Clarus.
You do something nerdy tonight. Bye-bye.
Bye.